Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a bins haul, and I've got to say, guys, dollar for dollar spent, I'm pretty sure that this is the best, most valuable bins haul I have ever had in my life. So many like insane pieces. I cannot wait to show you all the treasures that I found. But anyway, I hope everybody's weekend was good. I hope everybody's sales are looking up. Anyway, if this is the first time we're meeting, first and foremost, welcome. I am Julia. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and the business of reselling on the internet. If that sounds like something that you might be into, consider hitting subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, lots of fun stuff to get through today. So why don't you go get yourself a little sustenance, grab a snack, grab yourself a drink. You know I've got my matcha latte. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the goods. We do have two bags today. So we'll start this off with like linen palooza. There was so much linen and silk there today and like in good shape. So it was very exciting. So we'll start off with the first little cache that I found. There were 3 or 4 pieces. This is a little blouse from Mayo Millie. This is a popover blouse, obviously horribly wrinkled, but it's a wide kind of cropped silhouette. This doesn't have a size on it. I don't think that they size their items. Yeah, no size on it, but it's just like an oversized, boxy, kind of cropped top. I think that this will sell in no time. I'll probably see like 25 bucks on this, maybe a little bit more. I love this silhouette. This silhouette will appeal to younger buyers as well as older buyers. So that was piece 1. Here's piece 2. This is another piece from Saga. This is a place that has a couple boutiques here in California. I don't know how much it's sold elsewhere. I don't know if this is a boutique brand or what the case is, but I love this piece. This is a like sage green, long line, kind of duster almost. It's got buttons up the back with this kind of cool silhouette. See how that kind of arches up in the back? Again, no sizes. This is very like login look. It's very boho. This is a great topper piece. Looking at this, I'm very tempted to maybe keep this for myself. But something like this, I'll probably see like $30, $35 on. Saga is Italian linen as well. It is beautiful quality. I love the silhouettes. Very classic, very like never not in style type stuff. So very cool find. That is piece 2. Here's piece 3. I'm telling you, it was just, and this was all in one bin. This is one of like the first bins that I went to in the morning. This is piece 3. This is another Saga piece. Cute white linen bell sleeve blouse. This is something that'll look really nice once it's washed and pressed out, but it's got this cute, almost like a baby doll silhouette to it. Not quite more voluminous, but it's got that seam like on the top of the bust like a baby doll does. Little band collar, pleat back. Again, they don't size these. This looks like it'll go up to maybe like an extra large, but very, very cute. Again, good quality Italian linen. I'll probably see somewhere between like 25 and 32 on this. Here's the 4th piece. I feel like there is a 5th piece somewhere in this mix, so I'll make note of it when it comes out. There might even be a 6th piece. So it's a white linen dress, cute, like kind of midi length. It's got V-neck, V-back, pockets on the side, ruffle on the bottom, really cute, just pure white linen. It's tagged a size 16. So on the label, this is the label. It says George, and I know that George is a brand that's sold in Walmart, but I have never seen a tag like this from George, like the George at Walmart. And sure enough, this is like the UK version of this brand. I guess it is a UK based brand that they sell in Walmart. Who knew? I mean, this feels really decent quality. It's nice. It's 100% linen. They've got all kinds of like sustainability language on the tag. So I don't really, like, if you know much about this, let me know. If the George that we see at Walmart is a diffusion brand, let me know. Either way, I mean, I'll probably see like 20 bucks for this if this is the Walmart brand. But either way, I mean, it's a wormhole that I intend to go down, but let me know what you know. If you've ever picked up a George piece with that label or if you're familiar with it. I am intrigued because this is nice. That is all I'm seeing right here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that there are 1, if not 2 or 3 more pieces in these bags. This was something that I picked up just as one of the tables were turning. This was just too nice. So this is like a little, I'm not quite sure what kind of lace this is. In my mind, this is like doily lace. It's just a little cap sleeve. Like, look at the detail on that. The weave on this is beautiful. Those are butterflies. Let me see if I can show you like a single layer so you can actually see the design. So these are butterflies that like go around in a ring. This is so nice. Not a snag, not a rip, not a tear. The brand on this is Oh Susanna, and I couldn't find anything about Oh Susanna. I couldn't really find much about Oh Susanna. It looks like it is vintage from maybe the 90s, but quality-wise, it's really nice, and I believe that this is all like custom done knitwork. This isn't like a bolt of fabric that they bought and like cut and sewed into garments. This looks like this was knit specifically for this garment in this pattern. Let me know if you know anything about Oh Susanna. Like I said, it was just too nice and in such good condition and so unique that I couldn't leave it behind. Oh my God, there's a little hook and eye to close it, and it's got a little rosette on it. This has got to be something nice. Anyway, let me know if you are familiar with it. Otherwise, I think I'll probably see like, I don't know, 30 bucks on this, maybe 25, maybe more. It's just so special. Definitely something that was like unusual and well made, so I picked it up. Isn't that lovely? This lace work is just stunning. Next up here, oh yes, okay. So I don't pick up a lot of Splendid. I see a ton of it, but these I had to pick up. So these are a pair of like sweatpants, but these are Cupro. I've talked about Cupro a bit in the last couple weeks of hauls. Cupro basically being like a vegan alternative to silk. It is a cellulose-based textile, so similar to Tencel in that way. The hand on it feels just like silk, and this is like a stretch Cupro, so you have like 4-way stretch on it. Anyway, so it's athletic style pants, right? So they're wide leg. Look at the cuffs. So they have this cute like ribbed detail split on the side of the cuffs. They are a size medium in fantastic condition. I don't know, I'll probably see somewhere 25 to 32 on these. Again, Splendid is one of those brands that is like wildly expensive in store. The quality's there, the textiles are fantastic, but on the resale market, they just don't sell for all that much. But these are so unusual, and you know, again, I just think that they're worth picking up. I think that they're a really cool piece. So soft. Yes. Okay, so imagine my surprise when I find another one of these. Just a few weeks ago, I found a Pleasant Company American Girl doll. These things are apparently highly collectible. They go for somewhere between $100 and $200. And I found another one. So this is interesting. So this I saw, because again, it's like good quality. I know that this is a Samantha because I had the Samantha books. So I remember this dress, and it's like, I think they called this her like Buster Brown dress, and it is Pleasant Company. That is the label. It looks like the size label's been cut out here. And the one that I found before said like Pleasant Company, and then it had like the American Girl collection. So I don't know if this is a little bit newer than that one, but here's the interesting thing. In the books and in the pictures of the books, the cuffs were always this white color, but attached to this are sleeves that look like they've been removed from this dress. So it looks like somebody cut off the end of these sleeves, maybe to make this something that could be worn for like a summer costume, you know, like maybe it was just like a little bit too warm, but they kept it all intact. And while the buttons are missing from these, they use them here. So all the buttons are present and accounted for, and if somebody wanted to reattach these, all they have to do is take off this white trim and put it on. I don't know what I'm gonna get for this. Here's the thing that's interesting about this though. I cannot find another example of this dress for girls out there. I have found hundreds of the ones that are for the dolls. They're out there, but I don't see another single one for sale that is like for like a dress like your doll piece. So interested to see how this goes. I mean, I'm assuming from what I'm seeing on the secondhand market that it is a rare piece. It does have like alterations, but the pieces are there. So if somebody wanted to like put it back together, they could easily do that. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm gonna get on this. Maybe somewhere 50 to 100 bucks, maybe a little bit more. Let me know if you are an American Girl girly and you know about the market for these, but I'm now gonna be excited anytime I see that Pleasant Company label. So what a find, and 3 cheers for Samantha Parkington. Next up here, this is something that I might keep. This is an Eddie Bauer kind of heavyweight flannel shirt, almost like a shacket. I don't think that these are all too expensive. I want to say that they probably retail around $80. But I do know that these things are literally bomb-proof. So if you are somebody who does a lot of like yard work in the fall, or you've got somebody in your life that, you know, is outside all the time in the fall working on the garden, something like this is like the best to have in your back pocket. It's heavyweight, so it feels like a jacket, but it's not like constrictive like a jacket. It doesn't have like quilting. It's not quite shacket weight. It's a size large. Great shape. If I end up selling it, maybe 20 bucks or so, but definitely like a good piece. Eddie Bauer stuff is really, really good quality. And again, if you are looking to do like a hiking trip or something like that, where you are going to need gear like this, but maybe you don't want to be spending money on Patagonia or Arc'teryx, whatever, like Eddie Bauer stuff is built for expeditions and resells so much cheaper than those other two brands. So definitely a great place to get good bang for your buck if you're shopping for yourself or somebody in your life. That is a nice shirt. Oh, this is another one of the linen pocket here. This is a cute mustard yellow dress. I think this is linen blend. I want to say that this is maybe linen cotton blend. It's a little bit lighter weight. So this is from a brand called Canella, which I am unfamiliar with, but the quality is really nice. I love the fabric. This has one of those like tie busts, right? So this would come over and you can kind of tie it to like adjust to whatever size your bust is. It's got a button down front. I like that it's got this kind of split to it. I love this silhouette in a maxi dress because it gives you that maxi dress like coverage, but it still gives you a little breeze under there. Like if you know, you know. Everybody, I love how people are like,
oh, maxi dress is the best thing on a hot day.
No, that's a heat tent. That just traps all the heat in there. Let me know if you agree. Anyway, cute little wood buttons. It's super cute. I don't see a size on this. It looks to be about a size large. But this is very cute. Definitely something I will photograph on the mannequin because the lines of this are really, really cute. Like look at that little pleat front detail. Let me know if you're familiar with this brand. I'll probably see like $30 or so on it. Because it's a sundress, this might hang around for a little bit, but it is very, very cute. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is kind of a funny thing by pure happenstance. If you've been watching me for any amount of time, I talk about kind of what I do when I get to the bins. I get to the bins really early. I try to get there when it's opening because shopping carts, any of the locations I go to here in California, the shopping carts are like a hot commodity. So if you're not there first thing in the morning, you basically have to like watch for somebody checking out and ask them if you could have their cart. So one of the things that you do, because they are such like hot property, is when you get there, what I do is I'll typically like just go to the closest bin, grab a couple articles of clothing and throw them in the cart. Because basically if you have your cart kind of set aside to the wall, that basically signals to everybody else there that this cart is spoken for. If it is sitting, you know, over against the wall and it's empty, somebody will come and take it. So I usually just grab, you know, 2 or 3 items. I don't look at the items. I just grab 2 or 3, throw them in there just to kind of show that my cart is taken. And this week, this was one of the things that I threw in there, and I always check because you never know. And today it panned out. So this is a pair of the Spanx. I think they're called the Perfect Pant, size large, in like brand new condition. They have that like, they have the flare leg. And these feel like they've never been worn. Size large Spanx. These retail, I think, for like 140, 150 bucks. And on the resale market, I see these things going for somewhere between $50 and $100, depending on size, depending on, you know, whatever. What a find! What a find! If the first grab of the day is dictating anything about how this day goes, they're great. They're like literally like perfect condition. That's to say, guys, always look at the throwbacks, always look at the old bins, because this was in a bin that had been there overnight and nobody took it. So look through those old bins. Next up here, another one of the linen pieces. This is another piece from Saga. So this must have been all from one person's closet. Saga, again, this is just a short sleeve linen black button-down shirt and a very, very good possibility that this is gonna stay with me if it fits. I need another black short sleeve linen button-down shirt. Like I need a hole in the head, but you can literally never have enough. There's no such thing.
The limit does not exist.
If I do end up selling it, again, 25 to 30 bucks. Beautiful Italian linen. Oh, but it's so me. It's so me. I regret nothing. Just nothing. Next up, this is another linen piece found elsewhere in the bins, but it is another black linen piece. This is a pair of Theory pants. These are vintage. These are probably Y2K. And number one, this is obviously your biggest clue. This is the older Theory label. The newer Theory label is all block letters, sans serif. The thing that is getting me is that these are low rise. You can kind of see it in the back there. These are definitely low rise pants. They are a size 0, so quite small, but they're wide leg, low rise pants, perfect condition from Theory. These probably retail $300, $400. Theory is wildly expensive. They are in great condition. Something like this I'll probably see because it's low rise. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the back rise on it right there. Now, these are a size 0, so it's gonna look smaller than it is, but these are probably like an 8-inch rise. They're pretty low. I'll probably see like $30 to $40 on these, maybe a little bit more. There is a lot about them that I can keyword because they're Y2K, because they're low rise, because they're kind of wide leg. These have a market right now. I wouldn't doubt if I sold these on Depop. When they do have a little bit of stretch to them, there is a little bit of spandex in them, so they will like, it's not going to be a restrictive low rise, right? So there's a little bit of give. Certainly to the actual body, a little bit to the waist. Next up, this is a little Free People piece, a little We the Free piece in particular. This is kind of like a slub knit, like almost loose knit French terry. And then the sleeves, these sleeves are so interesting. They're like patchwork and batwing at the same time. So these look really cool, like hung down. This is a size small, could easily fit a medium, probably up to a large or even an extra large, as Free People sometimes does. I will say that this feels brand new. This feels and looks like it has not been worn maybe more than once. Like there is no wear to the tag. There's no rolling up of the edges. These are like these are raw edges. So typically when you wash these, as you wash them more and more, they'll roll up more and more. It feels brand new. Probably again, you know, maybe 28 to 35 on this. Another Free People piece here. This is very like chunky knit cardigan sweater with kind of like it's almost like a moto style closure there. It's super floppy. I believe this is 100% cotton. The tag, like the size tag has been cut out. This is easily a size small. In great condition otherwise, very cute. Something that can be worn as like a light jacket. I love this zipper pull there. It's like heavyweight brass zipper. And it's got the like, you know, it's got the flap that goes underneath the zipper. So it will provide a little extra warmth there on the front of the core. So I'm not quite sure on this. I'm gonna have to look up kind of what original prices were on this, maybe sold comps. I could easily see this going for like 25 or 30 bucks. It could also be one of those things that goes for like 50 or 60 bucks. Just kind of a weird little gut feeling that I have about it. So somewhere in between there. I love this knit. Next up, we've got a little pair of soft surroundings pants here. This is a size extra large. I do try to keep soft surroundings pickups to that extra large and up size range. These have really pretty like sparkles on the cuffs. So a nice like holiday pair of pants, right? I know white pants after Labor Day, blah, blah, blah. All rules are off these days. So I believe these are just cotton twill. Yeah, cotton with, it's 98% cotton with a little bit of spandex. So it has a little bit of stretch, pull on silhouette, great condition. And again, these pretty like gold sparkles that kind of sprinkle up from the cuff. Something like this probably, I don't know, about 30 bucks, 25 to 35, somewhere in that range. It's got little fuzzies on it from other things in the bag, but they are in fantastic condition. Oh, this was an interesting one. Okay, so this is one that I might have to do a little work on. So this is from a brand called Karen Nickel, which I believe was sold at Anthropologie back in the day. And the thing I felt, you know, it was nice. This was definitely wool. There was definitely some kind of cashmere mixed in, but look at the embroidery on the back. So here's the thing about this. This is a size large. I'm telling you right now, somebody put this in the dryer, which kills me. You can kind of see this was probably like a boyfriend style. So I have one or two sweaters of my own that I want to kind of stretch out a little bit more. So I'm planning kind of a day to do a little surgery on a couple sweaters. So I'm gonna see if I can get this back into shape. It is really cute. Again, it gives that like Gilmore Girls era Y2K kind of boho fashion and beautiful quality embroidery there on the back. I'll probably see like $35. It's not something that I would draw out the conditioner bath for. If you have never done it before, if you have a sweater that has shrunk, you can kind of do a mix of water and conditioner, like get cheap conditioner, like Suave or whatever the cheapest is at the grocery store, and you put like I want to say it's like half of a cup. I have to look it up every time. And you kind of soak the fibers in. What it does is it kind of softens the fibers and unnaps them. What happens when you put them in the dryer is they get napped. So think of it as like, you know how like hair will slowly turn into dreadlocks? The fibers in the wool are doing the same thing. So if you put conditioner in, it's literally doing the same thing that conditioner would do to a dreadlock. It softens it so you can start to tease it out. You can alternately, like just in a quick pass, you can steam it and gently try to like, because that'll also relax the fibers. But in my experience, something with a shrinkage of this much would probably take a conditioner bath. But it does work, and it has saved over the years, like cashmere sweaters that I found at the thrift store. You know, it has saved quite a bit of my knitwear. So cute little piece. TBD on whether or not I will be able to get this back to its original glory, because this is not a size large as it stands today. Oh, this was kind of a cool thing. So this is just my PSA to pick up the basics and feel the basics while you are digging through the bins, because you just never know what you're gonna find. I picked up this long sleeve gray t-shirt. Doesn't look like much. It's got, you know, interestingly long cuffs. It's got little monkey thumb holes there. Scoop neck. But the fabric on this felt so nice. I'm like, what in the world is this? So I look at the tag, and it is Enza Costa, which is a very high-end. They make great like modern basics with extremely luxurious fabrics. This one in particular is cotton cashmere blend, so that would explain why this felt so nice. And it retails for close to $300, somewhere like $250 to $300. And on resale, they go anywhere between like $40 and $70, sometimes a little bit higher. So hello, what a great find. Just a great luxurious basic. Long line, scoop neck. It's got these kind of tall ribbed cuffs. Check out those basics, guys, because the treasures are there. I had never picked up anything from this brand, but everything about this just like screamed quality. So I don't even think I comped this until I got home. It's also a size medium too, so it's not a size small or extra small like so many of the things that I find. So I have no doubt that this will go quickly. All right, we are on to the second bag here. We are moving right along. First up here is a nice Oscar de la Renta sweater. This is men's sweater, little like box pattern here. It's 100% cotton. I think that this is a diffusion line of Oscar de la Renta. Like I've seen the real Oscar de la Renta labels. They don't look like this. I'm assuming that this is like a diffusion line that was sold in like maybe Nordstrom or whatever, probably like $150 versus like $450, $550, $1,550. Stuff like this I'll generally get like a pretty quick $20 on. This is not something to pick up if you are sourcing for $10 or $15, this label in particular. If you are sourcing this for $1, this will be in and out of your closet really quickly. It's got a couple specs on it, which I'm sure I can get out when I wash it. But other than that, great condition. Next up here, this is a brand I love to find. I almost never find it, and I just think it's because people don't get rid of it. This is Flax, obviously a linen piece. This is a brown, long sleeve, long line shirt. This is kind of like an overshirt. I wouldn't necessarily call this like a cardigan. It's got that curved hem like a shirt. It's a size medium. This is linen cotton blend. These retail like $150. Band collar on it. This will probably pull in somewhere between $30 and $50 on the resale market. Most Flax pieces that I do find sell super duper quickly. I've never found one that was linen cotton before. I've only found like pure linen, but again, it's just one of those brands that I do not ever find. And every time I have found it, it has been in and out of my closet super quick. So it's an exciting brand for me to find. Let me know, do you guys do well with Flax as well? Do you find Flax? Have you found Flax? Let me know your experience with this brand. I'm just such a sucker for linen, and I'm gonna pick it up anytime I see it. I'm telling you, the linen game today was insane. Next up here, perhaps the most wrinkled silk I have ever seen in my entire life. This is a pajama set, which is always exciting to find a set of pajamas. These are 100% silk. This is from Winter Silks. And I don't think Winter Silks is still around, but I know of Winter Silks from like their silk base layers. Silk, if you are unfamiliar with the world of outdoor base layers, silk is incredible warmth for weight ratio, which matters when you are wearing it all day, especially if you're like an alpine climber. The weight of your clothing actually matters. But silk is fantastic. And Winter Silks was like a high-end brand, so we've got the top and the bottom here. Once I get it washed and steamed out, this will look a lot better, but these, I want to say that these would have retailed somewhere close to $200 on the resale market. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll see 30 or 40 bucks on these. Silk pajamas in any of their iterations tend to be very expensive. And I just can't make a call without seeing these like laundered and steamed, because to me right now they look like they're not in great condition, but it could also just be because they've been wadded up in a ball for seemingly ever. But I'm always gonna take a chance on silk pajamas, especially when I can find both pieces. That is so rare. Next up here, this is a dress from Young, Fabulous, and Broke. And I have sold, I wanna say like 6 or 7 of this dress in particular. This is cotton. It's tie-dye, it's bodycon, it's midi length, it's got a raw hem, it's got a muted rainbow tie-dye pattern. I wanna say this is called like the Iggy dress. And I've sold a gray one, I've sold a blue tie-dye one, I've sold a pink tie-dye one, I've sold a bunch of versions of this, and they usually sell pretty quickly. And I usually see somewhere between like $30 and $40 on them. Young, Fabulous, and Broke is a pretty expensive brand. That's one of the 2 tags there. Pretty expensive brand. It's sold at Revolve. Use all your keywords: bodycon, midi, tie-dye, Revolve, high neck, sleeveless, racer back. There's a lot of style notes here. And I will say that the cotton on these is really nice. Like, it's not a super thin rib, so like if you are wearing this as a bodycon dress, it will like skim over things. It's not something that's gonna like show every lump and bump like some do. Perfect condition. I would be surprised if this was worn more than once. Next up, a little bread and butter piece. This feels odd in this haul because I have so many like crazy brands in here. And we're still going, guys. We have I still have the best bolos to come. So this is just an Angie kimono. I feel like I haven't seen many Angie kimonos recently. This is a boutique brand. You'll see them in boutiques. You'll also see them randomly in like supermarkets. I don't really understand their whole market, but people love these. They love these Angie kimonos. This feels brand new, and I like that this is kind of fall colors. So these retail for like $45 or so. On the resale market, I usually see somewhere between like 15 and 22 on them, and they do tend to sell quickly. Again, I picked this up because of the colors. This feels very fall, and these kind of topper pieces are moving. Next up, this is just something that I'm gonna give to my friend's kid. This is a little cape for kids, but it's nice. Like, it's actual satin and it's double-sided. It's got a little like clasp on it that'll keep it together. This looks like, if anybody's looking for like shopping tips for the holidays, if you are shopping for your kids or somebody else's kids, I am an auntie of many kids. I like to shop. There's a store called Maisonette. They don't sell noisy toys. I don't buy noisy toys for my friends' kids or my family's kids. I do like to get them stuff like this. And Maisonette has a really nice section called like imagination toys. So it's like costumes and stuff like this, but they're nice quality. So I'm pretty sure this might be from there. All right, we're getting there, guys. Okay, so this was an interesting thing, and I picked this up because I found the tag. It's new with tags, and the tag felt really nice. So it's called the Nudie system, and it's a weird little thing that looks like this. So I grabbed it. I did a quick comp, and it looks like they retail for like $48. But on the resale market, they're going for like $25 for a gently used one. So this might go for a little bit more. And it's kind of cool. So the fabric on them is like super stretchy, right? So, you know, obviously this is a tiny little cup, but like this is almost like it's like almost like a dense hosiery. And the cool thing about this is it's got these like 2 straps on either side, so you can kind of have them over on one. You can have everything over on one. So this can be like a little bralette that you wear under a 1-shoulder top. It's convertible in a bunch of different ways. But really interested to see how this goes. Again, it's brand new with tags, so something I don't mind selling. Let me know if you are familiar with these, or if this is something that you have tried out or whatever. I'm like, as a person, I'm intrigued by the concept of this, because being somebody with like a fuller bust. Something with an unusual neckline is always like a tricky thing for somebody like me to figure out. Just let me know. I'm interested. This was just a weird little thing. I know that this is not something that everybody does, but I'll give it a try. Next up, this is just a little House of Harlow corset style knit top. House of Harlow is one of those brands. It is sold at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, not everything. It is also sold at Revolve, and every time I have ever picked up something from this brand, and like, I love Nicole Richie. I love her style. I really love House of Harlow pieces. I think that they're really like nicely made for the price. It sells lightning quick. These kind of basics like this, they tend to go pretty fast. This is like a stone color. It needs a bath. It's size small, otherwise in great condition. I'll probably see like $20, $25 on this. But I also have no doubt that this will go quickly, especially with it being that kind of like heavier weight knit. Next up, okay, so this is a brand, this is a BOLO brand that I've never heard of. So I picked this cute little top up, and the reason I picked it up, because there's a million shirts like this in the bins, you know, and a lot of them are from Shein and Forever 21, but the shearing, the smocking felt really high quality. And I don't really know how to describe that other than it's got really good tension on it. One of the things you can always check if you're like not sure if this is good quality, real shearing or real smocking, see how that's done with a stitch. If you ever flip something inside out and you see rows, little rows of like elastic sewn along the back of these, that's not gonna be a high quality garment. It's like, that's a very cheap way to do it. Anyway, this just felt really high quality. The fabric felt really nice. The brand on this is Ridley London, and the tag also felt nice. So I grabbed it and I just did like a cursory search for it, and the first thing that came up under Ridley London, like the website came up, and there was a dress that was like $595. I'm like, all right, so we're gonna throw this in the cart, we're gonna take it home, and it is a very high-end British brand, of course. This is like perfect condition. This feels brand new. Square neck, very like on trend right now. This retailed about $250. So there's not much on the resale market from this brand. I don't know if that's because it's a British brand, and I don't think it's sold anywhere over here in the States. But like, let me know if this is a brand that you are familiar with, you have bought and sold, you have pieces yourself. My jaw nearly hit the floor when I saw those prices, but it is lovely. And again, the textile is really nice. This feels beautifully finished. Maybe 40 or 50 bucks on this. I'm making a wild guess. I have no idea. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, but how cute is this? Size 8. So if that's a British size 8, that's maybe a US size 4. I think that's how the sizing goes. I'll do a little bit more research on it, but a brand to be on the lookout for sure. I just don't know how often you're gonna find it, but let me know if you have. I'm interested. I'm interested to hear if anybody's had experience with this. Oh, yes, again. So this is another like, look at the basics moment. So I picked up this is a little like sleep chemise. The fabric felt absolutely divine. Lace shoulders here, really beautiful, delicate lace. The brand on this is Hanro of Switzerland. Guys, this is a wildly expensive legacy brand. Literally, like just on their tag, made in accordance with Swiss quality standards, like check, 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 since 1884. So they're doing something right, and the stuff is so spendy. This probably retailed about $250 on the resale market. They're going somewhere between like $50 and $100 depending on what you've got. This is a size medium. I would imagine this is the first piece I've ever found from Hanro. I know the name. I would imagine some of their vintage stuff goes for like astronomical prices. I know like Lands of Switzerland, I think it's Switzerland, Lanz is another brand. Those vintage nightgowns are highly sought after, but guys, what a find. I'm telling you, this day at the bins was insane, when even the little like nightgowns I'm finding are this caliber. Next up here, this is a little Zara men's piece, and I've been emboldened by one of the pieces that I just recently sold. I had a lot of people chip in and say that the bold print men's stuff from Zara goes really well. And I thought these shorts were so cute. These are like a heavyweight canvas. They are a size large, extra large. I like this kind of graffiti style print. It's that short, like whatever that is, 4 or 5 inch inseam that all the guys are looking for right now. Perfect condition. I'll probably see 20, 25 bucks on these. And I mean, they're shorts, so I don't know, but you know, I'm interested to see how quickly they go. A lot of people have said that the boulder prints for guys sell really, really quickly, so I'll report back when they do sell. Next up, this is a cute pair of Pilcro and the letterpress kind of chino pants. These sell well for me for whatever reason. Their jeans do not, but their kind of khaki pants have always sold quick for me. These are a size 27. This is the hyphen fit, so they're kind of straight leg. This is kind of the kind of thing that you would wear like cuffed up to like expose your ankle. They're in great shape. The thing I like about Pilcro is it's all about the details, right? So they always have, you know, interesting stitching on the back pocket, matching little details on the belt loops. It's the thing about Anthropologie and Free People is they really do pay attention to the details, and Pilcro pieces are really well made. I have sold a couple of their pairs of jeans that are more boho. They'll have like a patch, like a couple patches on them, but these are the kind of things that I will pick up every time I see them. I probably wouldn't go paying like $10 for something like this, but $1, $2, $3, I'll grab them. They'll sell for like 25 bucks and probably fairly quickly. Next up, guys, this was an exciting find. So I felt this and I'm like, that is quality, right? The fabric on it is gorgeous. It has the liner still attached. So you look at the label here, and again, just everything about this is screaming quality. This is Garnier Bakatsutaka Kato. So I did a little bit of Googling in the bins, and again, once I got home. So this is a guy who worked, I believe, like, I think he might have studied under Issey Miyake. Issey Miyake, if you are unfamiliar, is a Japanese designer. He's really known for his pleat work. It's very, very distinctive look when you find an Issey Miyake piece. One of my bucket list designers to find. Anyway, this is kind of like an oversized military style coat. It does look like it's missing a belt, but it's got a few little like discoloration spots. So this is vintage from the 90s. High-end Japanese design, high-end Japanese construction. This guy, Katsutaka Kato, is still designing right now. His bespoke suit prices start at $3,000 for a 2-piece suit, so clearly we are in the world of like extreme quality here. These Garnier pieces sold from like $700 to like $5,000 back in the day, so very, very high-end stuff. Again, it's got a couple flaws to it, but I kind of think that adds to the look of this. To be totally honest, it's something I might keep for myself. I kind of love the vibe, this kind of oversized military style jacket. I have no idea what I will get for this on the resale market. I'm gonna guess that this probably retailed around $3,000. Again, vintage from the 90s, and just the quality is so beautiful. So I mean, let me know if you are familiar with this label. Only other thing that I could find for sale of this label is like a spell out sweatshirt, like a spell out logo sweatshirt over on Grailed being sold. I want to say it was like about $600. So I don't know. Again, something I might keep for myself, something I might gift to a friend of mine who does dress very much in this style. I think that this will be something that will take a long time to sell if I do decide to sell it, but I could not leave this behind. How cool. I am such a sucker for Japanese design. Like, it really is like where my preferences land, and I'm always gonna shop with a slant towards my preference, but this is very, very exciting find. But let me know. Let me know if you're familiar, and let me know who your number one bucket list designer is to find for a piece for you. I'm not talking about a piece to resell, because you know everybody wants to find real or mez. I want to know who you, for yourself, who is your dream designer to find a piece of in your size. Let me know. I don't even know who my number one is. I've got a top 10. Let me know who your bucket list designers are. Aha! I knew that there was another linen piece. This is number 6. Number 6 of that little cache that I found, another Saga piece. This is just a button-down twist front shirt. This is like permanently twisted, so it's gonna stay in that kind of silhouette. Again, 100% linen, short sleeve, button-down, beautiful Italian linen. Again, somewhere in that like $25 to $30 range. I cannot believe how much linen I found this day. I cannot believe it. Next up here, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we only got about 5 pieces left after this. This is is something I feel like I haven't found in forever. This is a ModCloth dress. So it's got this cute like elbow length sleeve top, pleated floral bottom. It is missing a belt. I don't think that that's necessarily like a bad thing on ModCloth pieces. I feel like most people just use their own belts. It is a size medium, otherwise in fantastic condition. That skirt is fully lined. These kind of pieces go for like $30 to $50 and they usually sell pretty quickly. I talk about this a lot. Brands like ModCloth, Unique Vintage, Collective, a lot of the Dolls Kill brands, there's just a limited pool of brands, of designers who do these kind of vintage inspired dresses. So they tend to be really highly sought after. It's a smaller group of buyers, but they are a dedicated group of buyers. And the stuff does go pretty quickly. And I mean, like, they're pretty expensive. ModCloth dresses are usually like $80 and up. $80 very much on the low end. And they go into the 200s, 300s, depending on what kind of dress it is. So always an exciting find and always a label I'm on the lookout for. Oh yes, this was a fabulous vintage find. Okay. This is, I'm gonna say 70s to 80s. This is a vintage lamb's wool Angora. So it's 70% lamb's wool, 20% Angora, 10% nylon, made in Hong Kong. Hong Kong did this incredible beading. I think that was maybe something that they were known for back in the day. It's this beautiful kind of bat wing sleeve, right? So this will sit like on the torso, slim fit, and then when it goes over the bust and over the sleeves, it's this very blouson. This feels like a very 70s silhouette. Look at this beading, guys. Let me show you. The full shoulder moment. Look at that shoulder moment. Isn't that stunning? And it's got these all over pearl beads. There's like one or two missing, but like not a huge deal. It's a size 4. It's by Nancy Johnson Knits. I don't know anything about Nancy Johnson Knits, but this is high quality fabrics. You know, I love finding vintage, you know, high quality sweaters. Very like blousey sleeve. This, I'm not quite sure what I'll go for this. There is, again, a few of these little pearls missing, and they're so interestingly attached underneath. Like, I don't know if you can see this. They're all attached on like one string. Can you see that? So it's something that, like, when you wear it, you have to be delicate with it, but also like, what a moment it is. So maybe 40 bucks on this. I've sold a couple of like 1950s, 1960s cardigans from Hong Kong with like the really beautiful beading, and they've sold $60 to $80, but they were also cardigans, a little bit more versatile than something like this. But I think on the right person with the right fashion eye, this can be such an iconic moment. And I mean, definitely the kind of thing that I cannot stand by while it goes, you know, into the waste stream. Like, this deserves another life. All right, we are down to 3 more, and I've got 2 doozies here to end with. So this is just a little basic Wilfred, that's an Aritzia brand, rib knit, scoop neck top. This is the kind of scoop neck that'll go kind of wide. This sits, once it's on a body, it sits almost like a rounded square neck. These kind of things, they're known for this rib. It's super, super soft, super slinky. Size medium, cream, great condition. This I'll get like 20 bucks for. It, you know, retails probably 50 or 60 bucks. Aritzia is very, very expensive, but these kind of things are always in demand. Again, those great elevated basics, and this fabric just feels like a dream on. So if you are in the market for something like this, just like a rib knit long sleeve t-shirt or a turtleneck, like I have one of their turtlenecks and I love it. I'm so sensitive, like my skin is so sensitive. Having a fabric like this next to my skin, I can actually tolerate a turtleneck. That's not something that I can say about almost any other fabric in the world. So definitely a brand to be on the lookout for if you're shopping for yourself as well. And their stuff is beautifully made. Like, Aritzia is expensive, but the quality is there. All right, 3 more to go. I'll start with a good one and I'll ratchet up from there. So this is a Rebecca Minkoff dress, which I don't know if I've ever picked up a Rebecca Minkoff piece. I know her mostly from her bags, but this is a cute, like, blue printed flare out dress. It's got a ruffled bottom. It's got a waist tie here that is still attached, which is always a treat when you are thrifting. I like this closure. So the neck closes here with 2 buttons and it gives a little peekaboo here. So otherwise what could be a very kind of conservative dress has a little just like pop of sexy. This is in like perfect condition. Size large. This These retailed about $250. It looks like her dresses range from like $170 to like $300-400. So, you know, it's still a very expensive brand, and it looks like on the resale market, these are going anywhere between like $35 and $80, depending on the dress size, demand, etc. But very cute. Like, let me know if Rebecca Minkoff is a brand that you see frequently, if it's a brand that you pick up or you leave behind. Like I said, I've never found an article of clothing from her. I have seen, like, the purses, I think everybody knows, but I'm interested to hear your experience on it. All right, where to start? Do you want the weird luxurious thing first, or do you want the pure luxurious thing? What a choice. We'll start with pure luxury. Okay, so again, picked this up because I felt the fabric and I'm like, oh my God, this feels so nice. There's a little bit of pillage on here, easy to take care of. It's otherwise fantastic condition, but it's a cute, just basic cream boyfriend style sweater in whatever this knit was. Again, like I always go feel first. A lot of people ask if I wear gloves in the bins, and I do not. I totally understand why some people would, but this is exactly the kind of thing, because there is a little pillage on it. If I didn't feel this, I would have left this behind, and you will understand in about 2 seconds why that would have been a tragedy. So I look at the tag, and the name is like vaguely familiar to me, but like not super familiar to me, and that's Gabriella Hearst. So there are branded buttons. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a G up top and an H on the bottom. And then I looked at the tag, and it's a cashmere silk blend. So everything about this is screaming luxury. So when I get home, and I just Google Gabriella Hearst, this is like a $1,500 sweater. $1,500. Gabriella Hearst is like eye-wateringly expensive, luxurious basics. She sold at Bergdorf's, and all of her stuff is just like magnificent. This is in that same world as like a Brunello Cucinelli. So guys, memorize this label. Look for this label when you're out. Let me know if you have ever found a Gabriella Hearst piece. So on the resale market, I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna get on this. A lot of their pieces, I haven't found this exact sweater, but a lot of her pieces resell between $100 and $300. So somewhere in that range. This is just beautiful. And I'll tell you, like the way that this is knit, this is like a pretty loose weave knit. So because of that and because of the blend, it's got a lot of nap to the fibers. It's got like a lot of little hairs that stick up. And that's where the pillage is coming from. This is gonna take one quick pass with my depiller, and it's gonna look brand new. Like this is the kind of thing that I have a feeling pills up like immediately, like with one wear, because otherwise this is in fantastic condition. What, like unbelievable, guys. So commit that tag to memory. Let me know if you've ever found anything, and let's see how well this does on the resale market. So finally, you know, my favorite kind of like surprise finds are when things are like weird and well made. And I walked past a bin, and this was like literally sitting on top. And I saw this dress with this unusual embroidery on it, right? So it's just kind of like, it looks seemingly random. So you can kind of see like this is all along the waistband, it's along the neckline, it's along the arm seams. And then I looked at this, like this is so unusual. This is all embroidery. It's very unusual. Like it's this kind of like linear back and forth embroidery. And it's in this beautiful cotton fail. But this was the thing that kind of got me. You know, I'm always like eagle eyes for quality. And so you look at the end here, right? This is a different fabric than this is. And this is double layer. You literally can't feel the seam. Like, you see how that's not even catching on my nail as it's going over? Like the finishing is so ultra fine on this. I don't even know how it was done. Like there's no, it's almost like it was woven into this. I don't know. My mind was absolutely blown. So I look at the label, and the name sounded, again, kind of familiar, but not super familiar, but everything about that label tells me that this is probably something pretty special. And sure enough, this is a designer out of India, which makes sense with this beautiful cotton. And this probably retailed somewhere between $1,000 and like $1,700. Do you believe it? Like, this is insane. Every piece, I'm guessing, is one of a kind. This is all hand done work. Exceptional. Like, look at the pleating. Like, look at how beautifully gathered that pleating is. This is true artware. Like, this is a wearable piece of art. If this is up your alley, you need to go and check out her website and just, you know, drool over the pieces. On the resale market, they're reselling again between like $150 and $300, $400. So has anybody else ever found a piece by this designer? Let me know if you have it for sale. Link it down below so I can check it out. Just incredible. So special. This is so one of a kind, truly. And the rest of her designs are equally as stunning. So go and check them out if you're feeling like treating yourself to a $2,000 dress. Like, I can vouch for the quality here. Better if you can find it for $1, but you know, officially on my bucket list of things I would like to find for myself. But guys, that is it. What a day. Again, most of this I found in that first hour that I was at the bins. And then after that, it was like very slim pickings, picked over. It wasn't even super crowded. It was just, they were just kind of like tossing the bins and putting one new bag in each bin, and that was that. So I don't know if it went like that for the rest of the day. I hope it didn't. I hope everybody else was able to find some good goods, but I cleaned up. So guys, I have 36 items here. So that means that I spent $36. The retail value of everything that I picked up here is over $10,000. That is by far the best that I have ever done. I've had $10,000 hauls before, but they were more in like the 50 pieces, the 80 pieces, never 36. Some of these pieces are just like unbelievable. Now, in terms of sales, I think I've got sales somewhere in like the $1,200 range here, maybe closer to $1,300. I have no idea how some of these pieces are gonna go. Like the range is very, very broad, and I always estimate on the low end. But as with those numbers calculated, I think I've got sales about $1,200 here, which will bring my profit somewhere around $1,000. So I think a pretty dang good day considering the fact that I didn't get a ton of like volume of pieces. But guys, what was your favorite piece? I know I found some really interesting, unique pieces today, like some brand new BOLO brands. Always love sharing these treasures with you guys. Thank you so much for hanging with me while I go through these treasures. Like, I love sharing the excitement that I have when I find stuff like this in the bins with you guys. It just like, it makes me so happy to do this. But guys, if you had fun, please consider leaving a like or comment on this video. Of course, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you along on this journey. But without further ado, guys, have the most beautiful week. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one.